Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to My Sports Wire. This is JV Championship Basketball, where the Norsemen JV team are going to be playing for the championship. They'll be playing St. Anne. Now, what is St. Anne's mascot? I got Doc Hollenbach on camera and on the second call.
It's the Cardinals, I believe, Phil.
I think you might be right. St. Anne Cardinals. We thank all of our sponsors: Grace's Creation, Uno Volleyball, 5B's Catering Service, Underhill Trucking, Village Bible Church of Plano, Sports Thread, and JMT Transports. And you see the clock there, 1:55 to go. The JV team consists of the following players: Tegan Cruisers, number 1. Number 3, Grandin Mitchell. That's Rocky's boy. Number 4, Mitchell Cruiser. They're twins. Number 5, Jared Slifka. Yeah, that is Jake Slifka's brother. Number 11, Ethan Jeffers. Number 12, Luke Hauge. Number 15, Michael D. Clementi. Number 20, Lucas Pasikarnas. Number 21, Dalton Reibel. Number 22, Austin Tollefson. That is the youngest Tollefson. And number 23, David Baumgartner. The Norsemen have won their previous games. They beat Seneca and Reed Custer, I believe. I don't know who's going to be starting. I have not been able to catch any of their games yet. Obviously the goal here is trying to keep the turnovers down and take some efficient shots. I don't know anything about St. Anne either, Doc, so I'm sure you haven't seen any of the games.
No, not JV games, of course. Here again, St. Anne's seems like they're strong every year. I've never known them to really have a down year, so I'm sure this will be a good one, Phil.
We'll go to the PA announcer for the starting lineups.
The 2018 Seneca Sophomore Thanksgiving Tournament. This afternoon's final game is the championship game between the guests on the scoreboard, the Cardinals of St. Anne High School, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Norsemen of Newark High School. Let's meet the starting lineups for this championship game. With a 2-0 record and the guests on the scoreboard, let's meet the starters for the St. Anne Cardinals. At guard, freshman number 2, Curtis Childs. And another guard, freshman number 11, Timothy White. And another guard, sophomore number 3, Cabal Bender. And forward, sophomore number 21, Cortez Baines. And at center, freshman number 40, Adrian Kagoya. And the head coach for the Cardinals, Todd Stewart, assisted by Thomas Cotton. Also with a 2-0 record, the home team, let's meet the starters for the Newark Norsemen. And guard, sophomore 5, Jared Slivka.
I got good feel right here.
And here they are, sophomore number 11, Ethan Jeffers. And forward, sophomore number 21, Dalton Reibel. And the other forward, freshman number 22, Austin Tollefson. Center for the Norsemen, the freshman number 20, Lucas Pasikarnas. Head coach, Josh Cooper, assisted by John Avery. Officials for this game are.
Well, there you have it. Starting lineups introduced. That I was thinking that might be the first time the freshmen have ever been announced in their high school career.
Yeah, probably so. I'm not for sure, but I don't know if they did it for the preliminary pool games, but for the championship game here late this afternoon, they sure did. Yeah, for some of these kids, it's just the start of their high school career, so you betcha.
Pasikarnas jumping. Ref tosses it up quickly, and we're underway. 7-minute quarters.
Yeah, that's right. Being
A little different than the varsity.
being freshman sophomore game.
We'll announce most JV games when we have combined varsity and JV games. Glad you're joining us. They're crashing the boards hard. Newark trying to stay in that 3-2. They're just kind of clogging up the middle. Dalton Ribel on the near side. There's a long three for St. Anne, the second opportunity. Jeffers running it down. He does. Gets it out to Tollefson. Tollefson will bring it up. He'll pull up from downtown. That didn't find anything, but Slivka nearly pulls down the rebound. Here comes St. Anne. No score. We're just underway. Nice pass underneath. They get their own rebound. Foul on Jeffers, I believe it's going to be. Yep. That's his first. Team's first. What are you seeing right off the bat, Doc?
I don't know. It looks like St. Anne likes to go inside. They did take the 1-3 from the corner here, but looks like they do have some size, and I would say for probably more often than not this game, that's probably where they're going to look to go.
First point of the game. Good box out by Austin. And here come the Norsemen. That's Slivka bringing it up. He'll give it off to Tollefson. Looking for a pass. Dalton Ribel in the corner. Slivka hit 6 threes.
Oh, did he really?
Last game. There's Jeffers from downtown. Nothing doing. Jeffers, I think, is averaging about 15 a game.
I'm not sure. Was he from like Newark, Millbrook area or Lisbon? Or,
Which one is that?
Jeffers.
Yeah, Jeffers, yep.
Which one was it, Phil?
They live in Millbrook.
Okay.
Trying to push it in a little bit too much, maybe. Skip back over to Slivka. He'll clean it up a little bit. 5 minutes, 5 seconds on the clock, first quarter. Ribes drives, floats it over the top. A lot of contact. There's a follow-up by Pasikarnas. Can't get it to go. Ribes with the offensive rebound. He's going to go to line shooting 2. Good crashing by the boards by the Norsemen. 1-0 is your score. Just a tick under 5 to go. 2 free throws for Dalton Ribel. Got that one to go. Doug and Jenny Ribel's boy.
Oh, okay, sure.
Sometimes that helps our viewers kind of connect some
Right.
dots.
Yep. You got the second generation, sometimes third.
Yep. Jenny Larson, Jay and Kathy Larson's daughter, married Doug Ribel. They're avid Newark fans. And then Karen Ribel, she's in the house as always.
Oh yeah, she don't.
She's at all these games.
Yeah, she don't
That's
miss too
grandma.
many.
There's a 3 from the corner. They've got 4. There's Slivka pulls up, hits the front iron, run down by Dalton, but steps on the line. What do you got for a score, Doc?
4-2 right now. St. Anne. That one in the corner, Phil. Yeah, that'd be right because it was 1.
Yeah, free throw and
Then a 3-pointer. Yep.
over to the corner again. Another 3 attempt. That's 4 or 5. Great box out by Dalton. Slivka taken off. Tollefson a little bit late. Jeffers picks it up. Long 3. Nothing doing. Jeffers got an opportunity there for the shot. Wasn't able to take it. Like to see the charge taken there. Jump ball. Be white ball. By the way, in that varsity game, Bo Brown had 4 charges he took in one game.
Yeah, 4 in one game. That is a bunch.
Skip pass over to Ribel. Ribel big dribble and can't get it to go. Passakarnas tips it around. Tolleson comes up with it. Slivka in the corner, nothing doing. Another offensive rebound blocked out. Another rebound by Tolleson. Several offensive rebounds in this set alone.
Yeah, that's one thing Newark is doing very well here. Just see if we can get a couple of
Bam!
There you
Passakarnas to Tolleson, and Tolleson puts it in. 3:15 to go. The Norsemen take their first lead. I believe it's 5-4.
go. 5-4, yep.
In the corner. Got to swim around that post guy. Nice shot by Passakarnas showing his hands, and they get it to rim in and out and back in. Switching leads back and forth. Over to the corner. Quick ball movement. Nice backdoor cut, but a steal by the Cardinals. Here they come. They shuffle step. Don't get it. Get its only rebound. Blocked by Slivka, but they're going to call it on the arm. No, they're going to call it on Passakarnas. That's his first. Team's second. And it looks like Grandin Mitchell is set to check in. Ginger Basinger married Rocky Mitchell. Ginger from Yorkville, Rocky, Hall of Famer from Newark. And
I assume
that's where Grandin comes from. Jasmine's and JJ's younger brother.
Yep. I'm sure Rocky will be watching this later as soon as you
Yes,
can
he will.
get it downloaded.
Three-point attempt, no good. Here come the Cardinals. Long three. Ribel. Ribel's doing a nice job rebounding.
Yeah, he's gotten a bunch so far.
Yeah, he does. Offensive and defensive. Grandin just getting in. He gathers himself. Good job not shooting right away. His dad would want him to get a feel for the game first
before you launch one.
Yep.
Because, you know, Phil, how often do you see that a guy will come in a game and especially put a three-pointer up?
Yeah, you gotta get into the game a little bit. 8-5 is your score. Unless you get a wide open layup, that's one good
sure.
way to get into the game.
Sure.
Just over 2 minutes left. They'll go to the corner to Rival from downtown. Nothing doing. Tipped around. Here come the Cardinals. Travel. Nice defense by both Passakarnas and Slivka. Been very impressed with Lucas so far. Lucas Passakarnas. Real nice job defensively. Nice job, Rival. Gets that one big step and gets the bucket. Slivka. Doc on the camera and color commentating. You're pulling a Reggie Chapman.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Phil, multitasking's never been my strong suit, but I'll do the best here I can.
They're not showing who gets the fouls on the board for some reason. It's not too difficult to add that to your. We do that for junior high. There's a 9-footer. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. They end up with it. They're going to fire another three. Front iron, and that, I thought it was still in, actually.
I mean, Newark ball here.
Newark will be happy to take it.
So I got 1:18 to go, 8-7 St. Anne.
Yeah, not a high score. Nice backdoor by Dalton. Dalton tries to get
Ooh,
some
that
contact.
nice
to
move
whoopsie-doo. Another team effort by Slivka and Ribel, and put two more on the board for Newark. Courtesy of Ribel. Runs out there. There's a 17-footer. Front iron. Nice box out by Passakarnas, and they'll get it going. Slivka has it. Bounce pass over to Ribes. Ribes dribbles. Fake. Out to Passakarnas. They're going to call a foul. Nice job keeping his pivot foot down.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed here, Phil, with Passakarnas, I'm not sure, you know, as far as where he falls in on scoring with the team, but boy, he does a lot of things well.
Yeah, he is.
Right there.
Mitchell with nice move, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it to go. Rocky joined Newark. He moved from Washington, D.C., or Washington, the state
Washington
of,
State,
and his sophomore year, Randy's senior year, and so that's when he joined our team. And he was only on our team until about 3/4 of the season, maybe just under 3/4, and then he went straight varsity after that.
Okay.
So we ended up winning the Little 10 tournament without Rocky on the JV team.
Oh, wow.
He was quite a ball player, and so to fill his shoes, Ed Lee and Scott Reibel, they did wonders. There's a long three that would have counted. Well, there you have it. First quarter done. 9-8 is your score with the Norsemen having the lead. We'll be back after this.
This is Emma Grace from Grace's Creations. Here at Grace's Creations, we use old pallets to make new designs for your holiday needs. We have come up with many ideas such as lighted Christmas trees and stars, along with snowmen. You can check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Grace's Creations.
Well, we appreciate all of our sponsors. Thanks so much for taking care of our Seneca Thanksgiving tournament. Remember, we'll be doing the Plano Christmas Classic and Little 10 tournaments. We'll try to get a whole bunch of girls' games at their tournaments as well. Ran a little scheduling stint with this beginning of the year because of the play that we're in, Doc.
Oh yeah, yep. And you said that's next weekend, but
Yeah,
like you
next
said,
Friday.
it'll get worked around.
Yep, and we've got what's called Tech Week all week. So I'm feeling the where we have to be practicing every single night this week. 5 count, nice job by Mitchell.
Hey, real quick, Phil, before I forget about it. Speaking of the Christmas Classic, are you doing the marathon thing again? Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing all the games. We're trying to work out some details on long three, nothing doing, tipped around. Rival almost with another rebound.
Well, at least it won't be quite as bad this year, Phil. It's only
16 teams,
so it's only 4 days instead of 5. So
yeah,
that's still a lot though.
So we're working on a per game or per week fee where people will have to pay in order to watch the games. However, the only way we would do that is if nice play there, Ribes can't get it to go, pass the Carnes tips it out, and almost a box out in order to prevent Grandin from getting the ball. But the only way I said I'd be willing to do that was if Newark fans were able to get it for free. And so we've agreed with that if we're able to make it work, that Newark and Plano fans will get it complimentary. And
Okay.
and then maybe a per fee for the rest of the Plano Christmas Classic.
Right, gotcha.
people. We had thousands and thousands and thousands of views last year when, especially those Chicago teams, when they'd go home, they'd 1,000 views would quickly go up on a game.
Yeah, well, those kids, Phil, I don't know, to be honest, if, how should I put this, if their games ever get taped or get taped regular, I should say. I suppose for them it was kind of a treat. They just go home and punch it up on the computer, and they could watch themselves later that day when they got back.
Yeah, everybody likes watching themselves on, well, I was going to say on TV, but on YouTube now, and
Yep.
it's fun to do, and that's what we do it for. It's for the kids, and it ends up not just for the kids. It's for grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles who are around the country.
Yeah, or right, out-of-state alumni.
Yeah.
You can just go on.
Yeah, around the country, not
Yep.
out of country. But, we had 438 people live with us a couple nights ago. There's Towson. Couldn't get that to go. And when we lost the feed And real sad that we lost the feed and we're not being able to. I talked to Steve Haynes, the athletic director here. He was very upset that we have not been able to do live broadcasts for most of the time, and says he's trying to figure out so he can help us out for future times. He said he loves having us here, and we said likewise.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking about between games, Phil, like that varsity game that both of us got done doing, Newark and Salmonok. Do you got to wait till you get home to download that, or could you do that between games?
Yeah,
or?
I cannot do it here because I don't have access to YouTube.
Okay.
And that's what's being filtered out.
Okay. So you just go home.
Yeah, I go home and do it. And
Yep.
It takes a while because my internet's fast, but not that fast.
Right, gotcha.
So sometimes I'll be able to get it because I have internet access at the high school. If I'm picking up Jacob or someone, I'll just do it from my car. I did that last night in order to get it up as fast as I could for the fans. I sat in the parking lot waiting for the bus, and I'm like, you know what? I get internet here. You know, that's all blocked and filtered. I'm a school board member there, but because of the broadcast, I easily have it.
Right, you can do what you got to do, sure.
I'm not sure what the complaint is going on here. St. Anne coach is complaining about something. I don't know, asking for the ball. I believe it's 9-8.
Yeah, it's still 9-8, Phil. I believe that was our after first quarter, same score.
Slivka, nothing doing. Tipped around. St. Anne will control it again. Nice defense and a block. Nearly threw it off of him. Slivka, not a tall-statured man, but he was able to play good basketball defense right there. Just kind of poke it in, and 7-footer. And does he have a different color hair?
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, it's got a little tint to it.
Pasikarnas comes up with it. Good hands by Pasikarnas, pulling that down. There's a...
Yeah, you could kind of see that coming. And the foul.
A late call. It was the right call, but it was a late call. Foul on Ribes. Those are the ones you kind of just let the layup go and keep playing the game. 12-9, I believe it is.
Yeah, it is. And third. Nope.
How in the world are they shooting two?
I assume, Phil, they were saying that was on putback, or attempted putback, I should say.
Yeah, I thought Newark had a nice position in that play. You know, I haven't seen the kids rolling their shorts up at the... That's over the back. You know, if you roll your shorts up, maybe I just said that, and that kid right there who just caught the ball, looks like his shorts are rolled up at the waist.
Double dribble. Okay.
That's an illegal thing this year. You can't roll your shorts up
Oh,
from
really?
the waist. I'm not sure why it's a point of emphasis, but it is. Nice steal. Bring it back. Stop. Pop. Got it to go. 14-9.
Yeah, St. Anne on a 6-0 run here, so let's see if Newark can get a bucket here to stem it.
Whoa, Slivka just got rid of it. Nice post up by Pasikarnas. They're going to call it double dribble. Double dribbles back and forth. It was a nice little move by Pasikarnas, but just couldn't get through.
Yes, it was.
Skip pass. That looking for the shot. They're definitely pulling the trigger. Newark fans will cheer on that one. Finally got the over back call. Seems like Newark's doing a nice job boxing out. Pretty fundamental. Just some miscued passes and.
Yeah, you're right on the defensive end, and you're right as far as boxing out. That's been fine. It's just on offense, there's, like you said, been a couple miscues or turnovers, and shots haven't dropped yet either. But here again, you're only down 14-9. There's still over 3 minutes to go till half.
Newark will be in the bonus from this point forward of the half. Not a lot of fouls. Long three, nothing doing. Jeffers has been hitting those, I've been told. Here's the drive, pull up. Nice little drive. 16-9.
Here again, St. Anne on a 8-0 run here, so let's get something going here.
Ribes. Bounce pass to Pasicarnis. Near double dribble, but got the foul. Almost looked like he got the dribble, then moved, and the ball fell again. Pasicarnis gets real low on that, and which allows him to get around the guy. 2:40 to go. He's going to line shooting.
Yeah, like I said, Phil,
1-1.
Not to single one player out, but from what I've seen so far, he does a lot of things well. He really does. Is he a freshman?
Yep. Nice looking shot, just back of the iron. 2:35 to go. Newark needs to just get a bucket here. Hold the defense strong. Tip out by Slivka. I'm not sure. He got the timeout. Well, we got our hands on it, but they're just going to take a quick 30-second. We'll keep it here. 16-9 is your score. 2:14 to go. Definitely anybody's ball game. Too early to start panicking.
Yeah. One thing I just happened to think of, Phil, if I'm right, was the score 9-8 after the first quarter.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So Norseman trying to get a couple buckets here for halftime.
So Norsemen have not scored in the second quarter.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I had texted my wife 9-8 us, and that was into the second quarter quite a while.
Before St.
Anne even
scored. Yep.
Not that St. Anne's had a tremendous amount of points. They've actually scored 8 each quarter right now, which is not, a high scoring game.
Oh, no, not by any means.
$16 to 9 still. That puts both teams in the bonus, but they're going to be shooting 2 on this one. Nothing doing.
Yeah, box out. I mean, they have done a good job this game on that, but that time St. Anne got the board.
Yep, went right over the top. 18 to 9. Now double the score. Another turnover. I hope the young man's okay, and I think he is. That doesn't feel too good. $1:35 to go. Slivka with the steal, spin move. He'll take it himself. Left hand, bingo. Beautiful move by Slivka. Gets the steal, spin move, and all the way. Finally get a bucket for the Norsemen. Jeffers playing some good defense there. Under a minute to go. They just dribble, and then one guy swings who's on the bottom. He's going to the top, and they get it off the glass. 20 to 11, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Slivka, man, that was right on the mark.
Yeah, it
Fouls
was.
his own shot, dumps it down to Dalton Ribel for another assist to Ribes. Ribes with another layup. Nice job. I believe Ribes has 6. I don't have stats up here. More important, that pulls him within 7. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would have counted.
Yes, it would have been 3 also.
20 to 13 is your score at halftime in favor of the Cardinals of St. Anne. Doc will leave it at the scoreboard.
Oh, sure. No problem.
And we'll be back after a bit. Well, 2:30 to go before the second half starts. Norsemen aren't out here yet, warming up. Doc, you with us? Doc isn't with us yet. Newark down 7, as you can see. You know, neither team is out here yet. I thought St. Anne was, but they're not out here. It's teams warming up for the 3rd and 4th place varsity games. Referees are out, and we're about ready to go. Again, no team is out yet for either side, for Newark or for St. Anne. Here comes St. Anne. One minute, 12 seconds to go. Newark's making their way out now, too. They'll get the players off of the court. Thanks to all of our sponsors once again for all that they have done in making this tournament possible. "25 seconds left on the clock, as you can see. Norseman will be starting the same group. Pasikarnas, Rybel, Slivka, Tollefson, and Jeffers. Doc, what do you think they need to do? What's the big deal for Newark?
Well, it's like I said, Phil. You know, I thought for the most part they did what they needed to do. You know, it's it's almost a little like the varsity. A couple games this week. They just really no perimeter shots dropped for them. I think they have 1 3-pointer, maybe 2 at the most. Did have some shots inside. I mean, they rebounded well. You hold St. Anne to 20. There's nothing wrong with that. So just keep shooting the rock, and you know, hopefully it'll take care of itself here in the second half.
Here we go. You got the camera, Doc?
Oh, yes.
You're used to just sitting and watching.
Yeah. There we go.
We're just underway here in the second half. Got it right inside the Pasikarnas. Nice move. Step around. Real nice post move. Pasikarnas is not a tall young lad, but he
does
really uses his body well.
Yeah, he does. Did you get a chance to see him play at junior high? Or?
Yeah, you know, just a little bit here and there. I didn't get a lot. I mean, he's always just battled hard underneath. I mean, that's always been his M.O. He'll go out to Pasikarnas. He thought about a 3 himself. He'll hand it off to Jeffers, over to Tollefson from downtown. Short, just front iron. A little bit more Wheaties, and that's going in. We're just underway here, 20-15. Norseman down 5. Unlike in the second quarter where they didn't score till the very end. They score right away. Punch it inside. Nice quick diagonal block by Rybel, but they get their own rebound and get the putback. Nice little move by Slivka. Pass fake. He took that one out of his brother's repertoire and utilized it for himself. His brother likes that little fake pass and then take it over. Their mom and dad were quite ball players.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Joey.
Yeah, he was just a little younger than me, a couple, 3 years, and
Yep.
remember watching him play, you betcha.
Five minutes to go.
Matter of
in the
fact, I
second quarter,
think he
or
was
third quarter.
a sophomore guard when David Olson was a senior, if I remember right.
Slifka with a nifty move. I'll tell you what, little Slifka's had some nice moves, but they've been under control.
Yeah, I don't know if that was discussed at halftime, but it seems like they're getting him involved more this half and just going to the basket.
Pasikarnas with a monster block, but he used that offhand to ride the cowboy. Up in the air, and he smacked it hard. What do you got for a score, Doc?
We got 24-19, 4:36 in the third. So Norsemen have cut in to halftime lead here. Then regardless of what happens here, you can cut into it more in this next possession.
Another situation of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, yep.
Gotta protect your glass. Nice back and forth and off the glass. Slifka couldn't get that one to go. But I like that little play with him and Jeffers, a two-man game. They'll keep the zone going. They say it was tipped, so it wasn't a pass to himself. Kind of just backed in. Slifka gets the board. He'll give it off to Tollefson. Tollefson brings it up right-handed. Looking, gets it over to Slifka. Slifka bounce pass over to Rybel. Nothing doing.
Had it right there.
Yeah, I thought Pasikarnas had position. Went up and he got pushed a little bit forward, but just not enough to warrant a foul. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Pasikarnas getting a hand on it. Nearly caused a turnover. They'll pull it out. 3:30 to go here in the third. Got to grab that board. 2 or 3 offensive rebounds right there. Ribes has it. Slifka has it. He'll go back to Tollefson. And Tollefson will bring it over the timeline. Jeffers back to Slifka. They're trying to sneak Ribes in the back corner there. And it's almost like it was baited.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good idea there, but you're right. It's like St. Anne was waiting for it.
Pasikarnas is going to be called for the foul. He was trying to walk right through him. He's still holding his hands up, trying to help the referee understand. But he'll be called for the foul. And looks like Brandon Mitchell is going to come in. He'll get Pasikarnas a breather. I don't know what the foul situation is. They don't show that on the board, and we don't keep the stats for him. 2:39 to go here in the third quarter. They get that bucket to go. Score, Doc?
We have 29-19 St. Anne.
They've extended the lead from a 7 to a 10. Out to Slifka. They're really causing them to play 25, 30 feet away from the hoop, which is definitely what you want. Jeffers from downtown, nothing doing. Weak side rebound, Rybel. Rybel gathers himself, loses it then. Loose ball again. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll belong to the Cardinals. 2:11 on the clock. Still a 10-point deficit. Jeffers just has not been able to get going yet. See what Coach Cooper had up his sleeve at halftime. He's got the fortune of having Coach Avery on the bench with him.
Yeah, I know. The way I understand it, Phil, John's going to help as much as he can this year. But I know he had a schedule conflict for this season, why he couldn't per se make the full-time commitment.
Yeah, he's going back to school. There's Mitchell with a shot. Can't get it to go. Yeah, he's going back to school and
Sure.
did not want to be able to say he was going to be the full-time coach and know he's going to miss a lot of practices and stuff like that, or a good handful of them. So
Right.
did the honorable thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Long three, can't get that to go. Another offensive rebound underneath. Towson had it for a second, and then they pull it up and get the shot. And just like that, they're pulling away. 33-19, I believe.
Yeah, they jumped us up to a 14-point game. Seems like in kind of short order here. Newark made a little run at the start of the second half to get it back within 5 or 6, but yeah, St. Anne's is on one themselves right now.
They just keep feeding the post. Jeffers trying to get it. They get the loose ball and
Yeah,
get the bucket.
remember early in the game they were doing it at times, and I just, you'd asked me what I thought the key was. I just looked at the size advantage and figured at some point that's, probably their bread and butter for tonight anyway.
Long three, nothing doing. Right now they're not buying a bucket, and here come the Cardinals. Take it, fire it up. Here comes Jeffers. He'll keep it left hand, pull it right, gives it to Mitchell, and they block it out of bounds.
You got 15.8, Phil, to go in the third quarter here.
It's going a real fast quarter and only 2 fouls. Tollefson got it to go.
Needed that one bad.
Put him over the 20 mark, 35-21. Long three, that counts if it goes. Didn't get much of a shot.
You got 35-21 after 3.
We'll be back.
Underhill Trucking is more than just a local business.
This company was started by my family in 1932.
You never know where you'll see one of our trucks. We have 10 trucks and we are proud to serve our customers. Call us for all your grain, flatbed, tanker, and dump trailer needs.
So call the Underhills for all your trucking needs.
Well, Doc, fourth quarter, you know what that means. Underhill trucking time. Gary and Sherry Underhill, we appreciate all that they do for Newark sports. They got heavily involved with volleyball as well. Came to a lot of the games. That was
I
good to
took
see.
a quick break, Phil. Who was that you were talking
Gary
about?
and Sherry Underhill.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember seeing Sherry down at Bloomington. I'm sure Gary was around somewhere.
Yeah, Sherry came to several of the home games as well. Watched some from my Sports Wire. Pasikarnas with the post up, punches it in, gets the bucket, assists Dalton Ribel. 6:45 to go in the game. Norsemen are down. What do we got, 12, Doc?
Yes, it is.
35-23.
You got it.
I asked Doc because I can't see the scoreboard, friends. They must have
Yeah.
got the foul before. It looked like Tollefson got a clean block of it. We wouldn't know because if we can't see the ref's motion, they don't put it on the scoreboard for some reason. 2 free throws here for the Cardinals. Talking about a lot of snow, Doc, I hear.
Yeah, on the way down here, I just clicked the Weather Channel real quick, and all of a sudden, that big red strip at the top, it said Winter Storm Watch. So I was like, oh my, here we go.
Well, I've got, as you know, I'm a pastor, so that's a decision I always have to make. We've canceled 2 or 3 times in the 4 years I've been pastoring up at Shabana.
Yeah, real quick, I guess, since I did read the whole thing, it looks like, I think tomorrow morning will be okay,
Oh, good.
but as it gets later in the day, it sounds like it could deteriorate, especially the farther north you get, so see what happens. But you know how it is. A lot of times that first snow, they make it sound awful when you get an inch, so.
Yep. Out of bounds. He stepped out before he jumped up to throw it. And it's where if you stepped out of bounds, you're now out of bounds unless you've reestablished yourself completely in. 6 minutes left in the game. Norsemen are down 12. And they just got to inch their way back.
Yeah. Yeah, with almost 6 minutes to go, you got time here, but it starts with a couple stops defensively, and then see what you can do down at this end.
That's a big play for St. Anne.
Yes, it is.
Nice post-up play, under control. There's that give-and-go play again, and real nice. Slivka.
That's a nice play. It just didn't drop for him.
They end up throwing it out of bounds. Norseman, some very intense defense.
Yeah, well, at this point in the game, that's what you got to do. You're down 14 with 5.5 to go. You got to turn it up.
Towelson, kind of a hanging shot there. He was kind of leaning backwards. This kid's got some good handles, number 2. Jeffers doing a nice job sticking with him. Into the corner, shot fake. Out to the outside, and they'll pull it back out, work some more clock. Pasikarnas almost got him to get a charge on him, player control. And that's going to be on Pasikarnas.
How many does he have now?
Well, I would have no idea, Doc. They don't show it on the board.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were doing fouls.
Oh,
up there.
no. Well, yeah, I'm not doing any stats up here.
I'm down here below you, so I can't peek over your shoulder.
Yeah, you usually take a look at the
Yeah.
scoreboard on my iPad. .452 to go. If you got enough fouls, you just got to keep fouling St. Anne.
I'm not so sure if that might have been 5 on him, Phil, because he did come out of the game.
That's an air ball.
Okay, here we go. Still 14 points, but you
Long
got
three. 4:40 to go, and they're going to take their time bringing it
sure
up.
they will now.
There's that post-up. I mean, they're just abusing that post-up situation. Yeah. They definitely have the height, and they're utilizing it to its fullest.
Yeah, because that's at the start of the game. That's just one of the first things you couldn't help but notice.
Long three. Bam! Needed that in a bad way. Cardinals get a timeout. 4:11 to go. You see the scoreboard there, 39-26, 13-point lead. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'll tell you right now, Doc, that was a long 1 minute timeout.
Yeah.
That was over a minute.
Well, there hasn't been many called this game, so I guess they made it worthwhile.
There's that post up.
Yep.
Ribes gets his hand on it. Thought he had it cleanly. Both officials called the foul. These officials have done 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because you're right. They did the third place game also between Hall and Seneca. Which Seneca did. I was halfway watching it. I think they won fairly handily in the third place game. It was by 20 points or something like that.
I was talking to one ref, and he said they get between 60 and 75 a game. Anywhere in there, depending on where you're at, what you're doing. He said a lot of times when somebody is complaining a lot, he'll turn and look at him and say, "Hey, for only $325 a night, what do you expect?"
Yeah.
And then he'll run off, and he goes, they're thinking to themselves, "Oh my goodness, these guys get $325 a night."
Yep.
They do have a shortage of referees, and I was in an IHSA meeting a week and a half ago, and actually it was last week this time, on a week ago Saturday, and when we were there, 17-year-olds can be referees officially at IHSA.
Oh, really?
So they are looking for referees any way they can.
And you know, Phil, I'll make this as brief as possible. It's not going to get any better because I don't know if you were aware of this. I talked to someone, I think it was last week at Somnock, that would know what was going on. And I believe it's starting next year. You know, because most of these officials, they just get a check right from the school, you know, and they take it to the bank or do whatever they want with it. Starting next year, it's going to go to like a central location. Taxes will be taken out, and then whatever this place is will mail the official a check in the mail.
So you could be a week or 2 out of getting your pay?
And then plus on top of it, now they're just going to take taxes right off the top. And, you know, some of these guys drive aways, and, you know, gas isn't exactly as cheap as it used to be.
Right. So
you know.
So some of their taxes that they're getting charged is going to be waived from their deductions, their mileage deductions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, Doc.
Yeah, I'll think of who, but it was someone that would know on that, and basically what they were saying, you know, there might be some guys now either won't do it anymore or won't do as many games. Probably more likely scenario.
Wow. Luke Hauge checks into the game. That's Sean Hauge and Julie Kennedy.
Yep.
Now Julie Hauge.
Yep, know them very well.
Just under 3 minutes to go. Norsemen are down here. 40 to
26.
26. 14-point game. Give it to Grandin. Over to Jeffers. Jeffers just off the mark right now. I could see the frustration. He definitely wants to get that. That's where if I'm Jeffers, I'm going in trying to get a layup, trying to get to the free throw line, so I could just see my stroke going in. He's got a nice little stroke.
Yeah, it was kind of like that varsity game, Phil. You know, you just get a couple easy buckets. It'll kind of get everything else going. I know exactly what you're saying there.
Jeffers with the board. 2:15 to go. Nice behind the back. Drops it over to the corner to Hauge from downtown. Bam!
Wow, look at that.
Hauge gets into the game and fires away. Pulls him within 11.
Well, Phil, we're still a little over 2.
He hit the brakes. He flew right by, and here they go. Tollefson has it. Slifka needed a little time to fix his Velcro. Long three. Bam! Rattled that one home.
Well, Phil, we're down to 10. Might run out of time here, but they're not giving up.
St. Anne calling for basically a slowdown play, I'm assuming.
Yeah, at this point, you're up 10 with a
You
minute
dribble
20.
towards one direction, and the guy loops around. Yeah, this is where you foul. They're in the bonus already. By the way, no fouls on St. Anne in the second half.
You're right, 7-0. Looks like, who's this on?
It's on Slivka. Eight to nothing on fouls. Number 8 obviously was intentional.
We got 1 minute even left, Phil. I don't know if you can see the clock, but
Yep.
42-32. Boy, that's happened a couple times this second half.
Cooper trying to get a little action. Jump ball will be Newark ball. .47 seconds left. Jeffers over to Hauge. Hauge 17-footer off the glass. And there's a foul. Hauge with the body. Now even look more lopsided with the intentionally fouling.
Yeah.
But as aggressive as St. Anne is, it's pretty impressive that they have 0 fouls.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like they just lay back and let things happen. No, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I could see at the varsity level. You know, they got a couple big kids and got some quickness. A couple years, it'll probably be the same old for them. Because I mean, any time Newark's played St. Anne over the years, you know it's going to be a good game. Matter of fact, I remember, Phil, that's me and you did the game. It was back in, maybe it was early February, mid-February for regionals. That shootout down at Beecher. That's who Newark played that night.
Yeah. Yeah, you show the scoreboard there, Doc?
Yeah, I gave it a shot a second ago, but I can do it again.
Yeah, just leave it up there. For
Okay, gotcha.
46-32, 37.3 to go. Yeah, we were down at a tournament. A shootout.
Yeah,
What was that?
It was a Saturday shootout. You know, there was 8 games that day, I believe.
Yeah. We ended up winning the game, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was fairly close, but ended up getting out there with a win.
I can probably somehow, Doc. I can probably tell you that.
Yeah, and I believe St. Anne did make it. I always kind of keep track of teams that Newark plays during the year, how they do in postseason.
St. Anne versus Newark, 69-49, 69-64.
Oh, 5-point game then.
Newark won. Patrick had 25 in that game. Corey Jacobson with 13. Slivka with 12. We shot 41% in that game.
Yeah, but anyway, finish what I was saying. I believe St. Anne made it to I think they made it to a sectional final last year before falling to, it could have been Ridgeview or something like that, but yeah.
I believe that's going to be game, Doc.
Yeah, I think at this point, I can't believe North's going to come out and foul and they'll just dribble it out.
Ten seconds remaining. So they'll get hardware for both of these teams, but St. Anne will end with the championship. Usually you don't see that where a ref will take the ball before the clock's gone out.
Yeah.
That's not normal. The St. Anne kid just threw the ball to the ref. He caught it and walked it out of bounds. Clock had not expired.
Yeah.
So that's the game. 46 to what?
32.
46-32 is your score. Well, for Doc on the camera, I'm Phil Chapman. So long, friends.